Hello there, my name is Beth Gaff and I'm the Media Literacy Coordinator here at the Peabody Public Library. And first off, I want to let you know that this class is geared to go at your pace, which means that you can go away from this, come back to this, and open this at any time. You do not have to sit through this in one entire setting. All you have to do is look at the bottom of the video and it should tell you where your time is ending, and you can just pick it right back up from that exact time the next time that you would like to sit down and watch it. I want to make sure that you're aware of the Computer Class Pass Incentive Program. This program entitles you to prizes and things along those lines, so you'll want to be listening for your secret code within this class. If you are not aware of the Computer Class Pass Incentive Program and you would like to be a part of it, please get in contact with me. My information is on the screen here for you. I am in the middle of the mastering series, so you've probably noticed that I have a couple of other mastering type streamed classes for you to watch, and want to let you know that I appreciate all the views that I get every month. It makes me very happy to see that everybody's able to use these to their advantage. I really enjoy doing these for you, so I'm really glad that you're getting some benefits out of them. Also want to let you know that if you are from the local area here in Columbia City, that I do a mobile technology lab and I'll be out in the community. So if you need any technology assistance, or maybe you're even local nearby in the surrounding city, just get in contact with me and I can let you know where I'm going to be. This way you can meet with me to help with any of your technology needs. One-on-one appointments are always available and they're free to you. Everything that involves technology here at the library is free to you, so it doesn't cost you anything to schedule an hour session with me, and we can do that once a day, we can do that once a week, we can do that once a month. However you want to do it is completely up to you. So I want to go ahead and get started with this class. There's a lot to cover, so without further ado, I want to welcome you to Mastering the Web for Personal Use. So like I mentioned before, this class is a pretty big class. So this is going to be what we're going to be covering in this class. I wanted everybody to get familiar with using the web for personal things that you want to be able to do just for yourself. It doesn't require anybody else but you and a computer. So I wanted to kind of go over some of those things. So we're going to be covering online shopping advice. If you've never thought about online shopping and you'd kind of like to get to know a little bit more about that, we're going to look into some of that. We're also going to talk about online banking, credit card access, and accounts. A lot of people are pretty leery about using the online banking that's available to them, as well as their credit card banking access through the internet. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Being able to find online reviews. Sometimes we want to know a little bit more about a product or maybe a hotel that we're staying at before we actually choose to stay there. So we're going to look at some of how you can access some of those online reviews. Buying tickets online, whether it's going to the movies, going to a theater, whatever it may be, we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're also going to talk about Craigslist, what it is, and how you can sell your items on it. And along those same lines, there's a lot of Facebook groups out there that allow you to buy off of them as well. So we're going to touch base on that. We've all heard the myths about Wikipedia and it should not be trusted, but really Wikipedia isn't all that terrible. So we're going to actually talk about what Wikipedia is and how you can use it as an effective research tool. We're also going to talk about how to find recipes online. We all like to eat, and it's part of our normal everyday life, so it would be nice if we could get on there and be able to cook ourselves something different for dinner than what we had possibly the week before. So we're going to look into some of that recipe online. We're also going to be talking about streaming video services and how you can get those if you're wanting to get something else in entertainment. Maybe you have cable, you're getting kind of tired of it, and you want to try something new. And then we're going to talk about how to stream those services through the internet to your TV. So how to stream internet videos to your TV. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to talk about what a podcast is. A lot of people ask me that, so I thought I would include that in personal use items, because typically that would be between you and something else. To-do lists, things that you have put down for yourself that you want to get accomplished. So we're going to talk about that, and adding your phone number to no-call lists, which is pretty important. Some of us, we get tired of getting those calls in the middle of the night, not really in the middle of the night, but all day long, really. So getting ourselves off of that's probably a good idea. Want to let you know also that I used a lot of videos during class today, and they all came from gcflearnfree.org. If you have not had an opportunity to look at gcflearnfree.org, I highly recommend them. I get a lot of my material from them, and they're just fantastic. They have great videos on there and lessons. So if there's things that I haven't covered for you yet, I would definitely get on gcflearnfree.org. I will be getting on there later on today so I can update some other kinds of classes, but I would definitely check them out, and the videos that I used today came from them. And speaking of, the first video that's coming up is all about online shopping advice.
For a better life.
Online shopping is a quick, convenient way to buy almost any product you could possibly imagine. While there are some risks shopping this way, if you know how to identify a secure online store and how to protect yourself, you should be able to shop with confidence. To have the best possible experience buying online, there are a few important things to remember, and it all starts with your computer at home. Making sure your computer's operating system and internet browser are up to date and installing some good malware protection software is your first line of defense against viruses, malware, or fraudulent activity. To further protect sensitive information like credit card numbers, your best bet is to shop from home. Avoid using public Wi-Fi or public PCs like library computers. If you've purchased products online before, you're probably familiar with some of the larger retailers like Amazon or eBay. These sites have become so popular in part because they've earned a good reputation for protecting their customers' personal information. With sites like these, there's less to worry about in general. However, there may be a time when you find that the hunt for a rare or specific item has taken you off the beaten path in the online marketplace. If you find yourself shopping on an unfamiliar site, make sure to look for HTTPS and the padlock symbol in the address bar. These things indicate that the site is SSL encrypted, which means it provides the security necessary to better protect your personal information. And always be sure to make note of phone numbers and physical addresses, so you know how to make contact in case there's a problem with your transaction. It's also a good idea to do some research on what you're buying and who you're buying from. If you're tempted to buy something from an online store you've never shopped with before, take a minute to do a quick search to see if you can find any reviews. No matter what site you're shopping on, whenever you log in with an online retailer, you want to make sure that your passwords are strong, long, and different for every site that you shop with. This will make it harder for your account to be hacked, further protecting your privacy. Once you're ready to purchase something, there are a few things to keep in mind when it comes to safe payment options. Credit cards are generally your safest option. Or you can also use an online payment service like PayPal or Google Wallet. These services keep your credit card information stored on a secure server, allowing you to make purchases through them without revealing sensitive information to retailers. After you've made a purchase, print or save your records of the transaction. Keeping a paper trail of your purchase will be valuable in the event that you have to dispute anything later. Above all else, remember to never send cash through the mail, use a money wiring service, give out your social security number, or send credit card information over email. Legitimate retailers will never ask for this, and if one does, it's pretty much a surefire indication that you're about to be scammed. In the end, use your common sense and trust your gut. If a deal seems too good to be true, it probably is, and if anything seems suspicious, don't make the purchase.
Well, I hope you have a better understanding of online shopping and the process and how to do it and things along those lines. So if you've ever thought about doing any kind of online shopping or anything, I really hope that that video was beneficial to you. Now I'm going to move on to online banking and credit cards and accounts. I do meet with a lot of people that tell me that they are a little bit leery about using online banking or accessing accounts for their credit cards or any other kinds of accounts because of hacking and things along those lines. So in this section, I've answered some of the typical questions that I get when I meet with people and it involves online banking, and I thought that I would share it with you. I was able to research this information, and I got most of my information from aarp.org. They have a great section in there of online banking and a guide to online banking. So if you hadn't had a chance to possibly look at aarp.org, you may want to do that because they have a lot of information. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here with some of these questions. Why should I do my banking online? With online banking, you get flexibility and convenience. Online banking allows you to view your account balances, pay your bills, locate ATMs. You can transfer funds and even deposit checks, all while you're on the go 24/7. If you can't get to a branch during service hours, online banking gives you an alternative way to handle your banking needs. So that's a really good reason why you should do online banking, because banks are only open certain hours. This would be to your fingers on the go all the time. So if you want to know if that check cleared, or you want to know what your balance is, or you need to transfer some money, and you need to do it in the middle of the night, something has happened, that is another reason why online banking is a good idea. So what kind of equipment do I need? Ideally, the equipment that you would need would be a computer, a laptop, or a tablet with updated security software. You want to make sure you've got something in there, some kind of antivirus and some security. That way you don't have to worry about anybody hacking into your information or anything like that. If you're depositing checks from home, you would want a scanner. That would come in very handy for you. Most of your typical printers nowadays are fax machines, scanners, copy machines, everything. So it should not be a problem to get that. And we'll definitely be discussing a little bit more later depositing checks from your smartphone. They've made it now where you're able to just take a picture of the check and it, bloom, goes right into your account. So that's a really nice feature. So that's just an optional feature, though. It's not really equipment you need to get it going, not a smartphone. But if you wanted to do those kind of things, then you would need some extra types of equipment. Will I be able to do everything online that I do at my bank? And yeah, pretty much. If your financial institution also provides personal finance management tools, you'll be able to manage all of your banking, credit, and financial accounts in one place at your favorite bank or credit union. Some banks even offer something called text banking, which provides you access to accounts via text messages on a mobile phone. And it's a fast and easy way to look up account balances or view recent account history. Not to mention that if something strange goes on with your account, they can send you an alert right away to your phone, and you would be able to see what you could do about that situation at the time. So, how long might it take to register my account online? Really, that depends on your financial institution, but in many cases, it's just as simple as filling out a short form online. You'll need some information at your fingertips, including your account number, or as referred to at many credit unions, your member number, and some other identifying information so the institution can tell it's really you signing up for the account. It's a process that in many cases only takes minutes to accomplish, so you want to be able to prove who you are and where you live, and if they require a few more documents to be able to do that, I definitely think it's well worth it, so you're protecting your identity a little bit more. I know it can be hassling and time consuming, but really it's just there for your protection, and really it only takes minutes. So will it cost me more in fees to handle my banking online? Many virtual banks don't charge monthly maintenance fees. But you would definitely want to check with your financial institution. It's on a financial institution basis. But as long as now, I do know that you can print your bank statements online if you're an online goer with your bank, whereas if you go into the office, they've been trying to go as paperless as possible in a lot of the businesses, not necessarily just banks, just businesses, period. So they may charge you to print your bank statement now, or they may tell you when you sign up that it's easier for you to get e-statements, and if you start getting them in the mail, they're going to charge you for those statements. So you want to check on that kind of stuff, but typically it doesn't cost you anything to do banking online. If you're doing excessive transferring or anything like that, it might. If you choose a virtual bank which doesn't have its own branches or ATMs, find out if you're going to be charged a fee to withdraw money from the ATM from another institution. Some do and some don't, so you want to check. So if you're on the go and you're at a convenience store and it has an ATM and you put your card in and you withdraw money, you're more than likely going to be charged from the ATM itself as well as your bank. So you want to check on those fees just from your financial institution by yourself. So how would I make my check deposit? ATMs are still quite popular for making deposits, although some experts predict they have seen their best days, particularly with the popularity of remote deposit capture, a service many institutions have adopted. With a scanner or fax and a computer, members scan their check for deposit and send it electronically from anywhere. Customers can also use their own camera of their mobile phone to take a picture of the check and send it electronically to the bank or credit union for a deposit using an app on their phone. So you would want to check with your bank to see if this is a service that is available to you. With mobile remote deposit capture, customers can also safeguard information with the same security as online banking while allowing them to retain the original copy of their check. So you've got a lot of options. A lot of this is just going to be you going into your bank and talking to them about getting online banking. But it's very beneficial, I promise you. Once you start doing it, you're going to wish, why hadn't I been doing this all along? So what about banking and my smartphone or tablet? Again, convenience rules. You can conduct your financial business wherever you are rather than at your desk or kitchen table at home. As mentioned before, many institutions offer free mobile phone apps, so you can download that allow you to check your balances, deposits, your transfers, and pay your bills. So not only can you get it through going online through the internet, but you can download the app for that institution, and it has all of it built in there. So what about banking? Yeah, we talked about that. How safe is my financial information with online banking? Financial institutions are held to high standards when it comes to protecting your money and personal identity information. Federal and state regulations require banks and credit unions to use multiple layers of protective security in their online banking systems, and the regulators who assesses these institutions check to make sure that your bank is meeting their security requirements. Your bank has a vested interest in making sure its online banking system, whether it's PC or mobile based, are safe and secure. Delivering financial services through electronic channels is a cost-effective and competitive way for your bank to do business, so it will place strong emphasis on securing those systems and making them safe. However, you as an individual also play a role in making sure that your financial information is safe. While more and more banks are starting to deploy security technologies that try to get into the accounts if anything is wrong or your device before allowing you to log in online, it's still very important to be sure that the computer or mobile device, your wireless phone or tablet, that you use for online banking is secure. So you want to make sure you've got some kind of antivirus or something on there. Double, triple, quadruple protection is always a good thing. So I use Wi-Fi with my personal laptop. Could someone tap into my account at home or outside of my home? And generally speaking, online banking websites are protected using end-to-end strong encryption technology, which ensures that even if you are using an unsecured wireless access point, the information and data being transferred between you and your laptop and the bank is completely encrypted and therefore not viewable by a malicious person in between. But it's important to understand that there are potential risks associated with using unknown and unsecured wireless Wi-Fi access points. Using and maintaining Firewall and Antivirus software on your computer is important when using public Wi-Fi hotspots, and you should avoid using Wi-Fi hotspots you are not familiar with for your banking. So public facilities, the library, things along those lines, probably not the best places for you to be doing your online banking unless you're using your own device that you know is secure and things along those lines. So hopefully I'm getting to a point here where I am convincing you that you should give this online banking a try. So which is more secure, banking by computer or mobile phone? Both of these channels are safe and secure if you take the appropriate basic precautions on your computer or mobile phone. In the world of computers, the operating system software that makes them work has been improved and made more secure over time. As long as you follow the general rules of online computer safety, they provide a safe online banking environment. Mobile devices have the advantage of running relatively new operating system software, which has been developed in large part with strong security in mind from the very beginning. Both types of online banking access can be safely and reliably used. So mobile phone or online banking by your computer, they have tons of security, and as long as you're protected as well, you have nothing to worry about. What are a few things I can do to keep my information safe? Encryption, patching, antivirus, and firewalls help keep a bad person from snooping or hacking your system and stealing information. But there are much lower tech methods that criminals use to try to get access to online banking accounts. We call these methods social engineering, and they are made up of various ways that the criminal tries to make you believe they are someone legitimate in order to convince you to provide them with your private and personal information. So, number one, whether via email, in a web browser, phone call, or even in person at the front door, question any and all requests or solicitations for sensitive information. Your bank will never ask you to give it your online banking password on the phone. For example, and you should never provide personal information in response to an email. Be suspicious whenever you are asked for things such as an account number, PIN, social security number, password, and the like, no matter how legitimate the email looks or the caller sounds. The best rule to follow is this: if someone else contacted you, don't share sensitive data. Hang up or delete the email. You can always call your bank back at a number you know to double check to make sure that they are the ones actually requesting. If you get an email or text message that contains a link and you're not sure where it came from, don't click it. Just delete the message. Number two, always have a firewall and antivirus software running on your computer. This is a simple and fundamental step to prevent much of the bad software and people that are out there from affecting your computer system. Number three, apply operating system and software patches to your computer and mobile device when they are available. Many people have difficulty understanding how to do this on their mobile phone, but often the device manufacturer or mobile phone vendor where you bought the phone or tablet can do a very good job of showing you how, or you can just come visit with me here at the library and we can go over doing those updates and making sure that your computer is completely and fully up to date and patched, ready to go. When you are accessing an online banking website, make sure that the connection is encrypted. An indicator of a secure website in the address, also called a URL, that it begins with an HTTPS in the address bar. The S stands for secure. So the HTTPS prefix should be seen on every page of the websites that are used to conduct transactions in addition to the sign-in pages. A lot of information there. But very useful information. So what are some, if any, drawbacks to banking online? The biggest drawback may be your own level of personal comfort with obtaining and using financial services in this matter, and perhaps the face-to-face customer service if that is important to you. As a workaround, some banks allow you to chat or instant message a representative online to answer your questions and concerns. Otherwise, you just can't beat the convenience. So that's what it's all about, is convenience, paying bills, transferring, reducing clutter and confusion. It's definitely a lot safer than most of your websites, and so forth and so on. So I hope you got a lot of information for online banking, credit cards, accounts. They all kind of fall under the same thing. This was primarily about bank accounts, but it would all be applied to credit cards or any other kind of valuable accounts that you have. So Let me know if you are interested in something like this and we can do it together, or message me and let me know whether you have done it and how happy you are with it. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is finding and using online reviews. Online reviews are, and you could probably get one for this section as well for your banking and things along those lines. But online reviews are really good for if you're traveling or if you're interested in certain things, that you're able to see what other people think about that product and things along those lines. So the next video you're going to be seeing from gcflearnfree.org is finding and using online reviews.
Before you buy anything online, it's always a good idea to do a little research first. That's where online reviews really come in handy. But since anyone, anywhere can write whatever they want about a product, how can you tell which reviews to trust? Well, there's no surefire way to tell if a review is honest or fake 100% of the time. But if you're aware of some of the trends in reviews, you should have an easier time deciding which ones to trust and which ones to discount. Generally, when you're looking through reviews, it's a good idea to read through at least a dozen, and from multiple websites if you can. It may sound like a lot, but it's worth it. You better your chances of reading more of the genuine ones. This way, too, it'll be easier to spot trends in reviews. For example, if you're looking at reviews for a restaurant and see that several reviewers have said that the food is great but that the service is slow, that could be a good tip-off. When comparing reviews, it's also a good idea to make note of the date that the reviewer posted their comment. A review from a couple years ago with a specific complaint may not be relevant anymore. Round out your search by making sure you're looking at recent reviews as well. Take star ratings with a grain of salt. Someone could have been paid to give that hotel a 5-star rating. Or maybe someone gave that restaurant 3 stars, not because anything was bad, but just because it didn't totally blow them away. Just remember to look at the details in the comments as well. Speaking of details in the comments, you'll probably see a range when it comes to the sort of language people use in their reviews. Some may seem rather vague, while others note every detail. Some may seem glowingly positive, while others will give scathing reviews. If you read enough, you'll see it all. And if all else fails, skip the user reviews and look to qualified, third-party reviews written by experts if you can. Whatever you decide to do, when you do visit that restaurant, buy that product, or use that service, make sure you come back to give your honest take on the experience.
Just love those videos. I can't get enough of them. So that section was all about finding and using online reviews. I hope that it was very beneficial to you. We're now going to get into buying tickets online. So I hope you enjoy this video as well.
Hey guys, I'm Bill from gcflearnfree.org, and today I want to talk about how to buy tickets online. You know, you can buy tickets to just about anything online these days, from movies to sporting events to concerts and a whole lot more. Now, if you've never bought tickets online before, the process might feel a little confusing, but we're going to walk you through it step by step. There are a lot of different ticketing websites, and the one you use will really depend on the type of event you're going to. For example, if you're buying tickets to a movie, you'll probably use a site like Fandango. If you're buying tickets for a concert, you'll probably buy them through Ticketmaster or Ticketfly. And if you're buying a ticket for a sporting event, such as a baseball game, the ticketing system might be very specific to that one website. In this example, I'm going to buy tickets for an upcoming concert. When you're on the event website, look for an option that says Buy Tickets. This will usually take you to a different page, and you can select the number of tickets that you want. Next, you'll need to choose how you'll receive your tickets. We almost always recommend the print at home option, as it's going to be free. Other options will cost more money and take you a lot longer to get the tickets. At this point, many services will request that you create an account or sign in if you happen to have one. The confirmation page will appear. From here, you'll need to enter your payment information, like your credit card, along with your address, email, and so on. Now, it's worth pointing out that almost all online ticketing sites require you to pay some kind of service fee. Basically, you're paying for the convenience of being able to buy your tickets online rather than buying them at the event. Once you're finished, you'll usually receive an email with a PDF copy of your tickets. You can then print these so you can take them to the event. Now, if you have a smartphone, you may not actually need to print the ticket at all. As long as you can view the ticket on your device, many venues will be able to scan the ticket right from there. So those are the basic steps for buying tickets online, and remember that there might be some variation depending on the event you're going to or the site that you have to use to buy the tickets. For me personally, that small service fee you have to pay is really worth the convenience that you get with buying a ticket online. That might not always be the case, but it's just something to be aware of. Anyway, that's all we have. Thanks so much for joining us, and the next time you're going to an event, consider buying your ticket online. It might just save you a lot of time and hassle.
Now we're going to talk about what Craigslist is and why we should use it. Craigslist is a website for viewing and posting local advertisements. So it works a lot like classified sections of a newspaper, and it's completely free to use. You can find a listing for almost anything on Craigslist, from jobs, apartments, garage sales, used cars, personal ads, and a whole lot more. So that's what Craigslist is. Now, why should we use Craigslist? Because you can easily connect with people near you to find, buy, or sell just about anything. And because it's free to use. You'll be able to find things that people might not have bothered listing with a paid classified. Many people even post things that they have for free as long as you're willing to pick it up. So, that's a really good reason to use Facebook, and there is a free section in there of items that you can get as long as you go pick them up. So that's really nice. Is it easy to get started with Craigslist? It's very easy getting started with Craigslist. You would just go to www.craigslist.org in your web browser. Next, you'll want to choose your location or allow Craigslist to use your current location. And then once you do that, this will then direct you to the Craigslist page for your region. So, for example, if you were browsing for relay.craigslist.org, you might also notice that the Craigslist homepage isn't very pretty. That doesn't mean it's any less usable or trustworthy than any other websites or web, because most of the Craigslist content is created by users. The site just doesn't put a lot of emphasis on its design. So it's a very basic type of design, and you can see what it kind of looks like in that picture right there. So how can I use the site? You can use Craigslist to find just about anything. I'm going to talk to you about buying something on Craigslist. And this goes along the lines with the search tools, the categories, and the subcategories, the browse, filter, and search. So you would choose a category or use the search tool. So if you would like to find a new bike, then you would select bikes under the for sale section. And you can see in that bottom picture there where it says for sale, one of those options under there says bikes. So some of the most useful listings on Craigslist can be found in the jobs, housings, and for sale categories. You might find useful postings in some of the other categories, such as community or personal ads, but note that these cannot be inconsistent or even a little fishy. So the most that these are used for is going to be your housing, for sale, and jobs. And that's why those are your three main categories. Definitely be careful with those personals and things along those lines. So in some cases, you may also need to choose a subcategory. A subcategory would be if you were wanting to be specific about something. So if you select bikes for sale, you could now do it by owner, or you can choose by dealer, or you can do it for parts and accessories. So those are your subcategories. Would be you can view all bicycles that are from dealer and by owner, or you can just do it by owner, you can just do it by dealer, or you can do it by parts and accessories. So you have a lot of options. Browse, filter, search, and results. Any relevant postings will appear much like the results from a search engine. You can then use these to filter and narrow your results by price range, location, and more. You can also search within these results for something more specific. If you see something you're interested in, just click it for more information. So if you find something you want to look for, where is the contact information for the listing? So that's a lot of questions. This will usually be an email address or a phone number. Sometimes you may need to click to show contact information to view the details, which is typically underneath the post of whatever it is exactly that you're looking for. And in the next video, Selling on Craigslist, you're going to get a little bit better of an idea of what I'm talking about in a lot of these areas. Once you find what you're looking for, then you can send a short, simple message to let the person know that you're interested in their item. So for an example, your message might say, "Hi, I saw your listing for the girls' Navara Pixie 20-inch bike on Craigslist. I can offer you $100. Is it still available?" But you should also include a phone number or mail address so the seller will be able to return your message. A lot of times, though, on Craigslist and on eBay, they won't let you put that email in there, or they won't let you put the whole phone number in there because they want you to use their services. So you'll just have to be careful. Depends on the region that you're in. But you should still be able to get a hold of them, and they should still be able to get a hold of you. So completing your transaction and making sure you do it safely. If the person agrees to sell you the item, you'll need to agree on a time and place to meet. For many, the idea of meeting a stranger and exchanging money is uncomfortable, and maybe even a little scary. However, there are several ways to make sure you can stay safe when completing a transaction through Craigslist. So you can first meet in public place during daylight hours. Never transfer money electronically. Most people on Craigslist prefer you to use cash. Trust your instincts. If something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. You can learn more about personal safety on Craigslist by going to their safety section on Craigslist.org. Okay, so those are just the basics of using Craigslist, and you can use Craigslist for so much more, finding a place to live, a new job, or just selling some of your old stuff. So hopefully you got a little bit better understanding of what Craigslist is, what it does, and how it's going to benefit you. In the next video through gcflearnfree.org, we're going to see how you can sell, which is very similar to buying and finding things. So between this and the video, I think you'll have a pretty good understanding of how Craigslist works. I also think that this would be a great opportunity to do our Computer Class Pass Incentive Program secret code. And our secret code is, I'm on the computer and I'm doing my personal stuff. Get me that code and you will be on your way to some prizes. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys, I'm Bill from gcflearnfree.org, and today I want to talk about selling and posting items on Craigslist. If you've never heard of Craigslist, it's basically just a free site where you can view and post local advertisements, kind of like the classified section of a newspaper, but it's totally free to use. Now, if you've never sold something on Craigslist before, it can seem a little sketchy or even a bit confusing. Today we're going to show you all the steps to create and post something on Craigslist for sale, as well as some advice about how to create the best type of posting and how to stay safe. To get started, go to www.craigslist.org in your web browser. Locate and select Post to Classifieds near the upper left corner. Select the type of posting you want to make. In this example, I'm selling an old bike of mine, so I'll choose For Sale by Owner. Next, choose a category for your item. Again, I'm selling a bike, so I'll choose bicycles. The main posting page will appear. Pay special attention to the contact info section near the top. We recommend using the Craigslist mail relay option, and for this you'll only want to provide your email address. Basically, this creates a temporary email address that will be forwarded to your inbox. We don't recommend providing your phone number here. Now you can enter the title, your desired price, and some information about the item in the posting body. We recommend that you provide as much detail as possible here. You can also add information about the item's condition, the make or manufacturer, model number, and so on. Now you can choose to show the location of your item on a map, but just like your phone number, we recommend that you keep this information private for now. When you're ready, click Continue. The image uploader page should appear. This is where you can include a photo of the item, and we really recommend you do this. To get started, click the Add Images button. A dialog box will appear so you can locate and choose some photos from your computer. The images will appear so you can preview them. If you want to change the main image that's associated with your post, just click and drag any image to the far or top left. When you're finished, click Done with Images. A preview of your posting should appear. Take a look over everything to make sure it's exactly as you want, then click Publish. At this point, you'll need to check the email address you provided and look for a message from Craigslist. Once you open the message, locate and select the very first link you see. This will take you to the posting confirmation page. You'll need to accept the terms of use for Craigslist, and then your item will be posted. Okay, so now what? Well, basically you'll have to wait until someone contacts you about your posting. If you use the Craigslist mail relay option as we suggested, you should see messages about your posting in your inbox. Now, depending on the item you're selling, people may have follow-up questions or just want to come see it in person. This is probably the most important step in the selling process, and it really doesn't even involve Craigslist at this point. Basically, you'll need to choose a time and place to meet with this person, let them see the item, and decide if they want to purchase it. When meeting up for a Craigslist sale, we highly recommend that you always meet in a public place. We also recommend that you do this during daylight hours and never invite someone directly to your home. One other thing about selling stuff on Craigslist: if at all possible, use cash. Never accept a personal check or wire transfer. After you've sold your item, you'll want to go back to the original email you got from Craigslist so you can delete the posting. Okay, so those are just the basics of posting something for sale on Craigslist, but I hope this video has helped you to see just how easy and convenient Craigslist is for selling stuff you no longer need or just making a little extra money on the side. Check out the rest of the lesson below for even more Craigslist selling tips.
So now we're going to talk about groups and Facebook. I've gotten myself all logged into my Facebook account here, and first off I want to show you how you can search for a group. Believe it or not, these are all of the groups that I am involved in, and you can see I have tons of them. Most of them are garage sale site groups. Most of them are like Whitley County Homes for Rent, things like that. I am a vendor. I own my own business, so I do a lot of vending events and things outside. So I have a lot of craft shows and vendor networks and things along those lines. I also run a group called CC Bargains, which is a garage sale site here on Facebook. That you would be able to purchase, very similar to Craigslist. You just meet in public, and I'm going to show you right now how to get on a group. So if I was looking for a group, and let's say that I'm looking for my group, which is CC Bargains, the first thing I would do is go up to my search field and I would type in CC Bargains. Once I typed in CC Bargains, I would then hit search. Once I hit search, it's actually going to come up to a screen that wants me to join. Because it's my group, I'm already joined, so you won't have instant access like this until you're accepted into the group. But all you have to do is type in CC Bargains, go to the group, and just request to join. I'll get you added right away, and once I do, then you would be in the group. And this is what the group looks like once you're in there, and basically it's just items for sale. And if you see something in here that you would be interested in purchasing, then you let them know that you are interested, and then they would be able to meet you in a public location and things along those lines to make the transaction. Normally they don't take checks, and normally they don't take credit cards or anything. They only take cash. So you want to make sure to have cash on hand with you when you go there. So this is one particular group. If you're not from this area, you would just look for your area. So if you are from Georgia, and I do have a few of my Georgia people that watch my videos. Here's Georgia vendor events, so if you were a vendor you could get into that, but you would just type in Georgia garage sales, and here's Columbus, Georgia. You would probably want to be more specific. So I live close to Fort Wayne, Indiana, so if I type in Fort Wayne online, they've just got tons. Garage sale. Oh, painting with a twist. I did not know that they had. Oh yes, I did. I've already liked them. I love painting with a twist. If you haven't tried it, give it a try. Anyways, so this is all about getting yourself on groups. You would look for groups the same way that you would look for friends. So if I'm looking for a vendor network, Indiana, oops, and I hit enter, more than likely I'm probably already in this group, and I am. But there's probably tons more out there that I could probably get involved with. A nice thing about this is that once I'm in a group, a lot of times on the side of the group, so if I go back to CC Bargains, my garage sale group, a lot of times on the side they'll have suggestions for you to join another group, like here's garage sale listings, Columbia City items. They will have things associated with that group as well. So this is all about getting online and buying things off of garage sale groups. And it's really fun, and I think you'll really enjoy doing it. So go ahead and get on CC Bargains and request to be added. I would love to add you to my group, and then you can start buying things as well if you're in my area. If you're not in my area, then go ahead up here into your search field and search your area for garage sale groups near you. I wanted to bring up Wikipedia just because it gets such a bad rap from so many people when really Wikipedia isn't all that terrible. So the first question is, what is Wikipedia? If you want to find a few facts or are trying to understand a new concept, Wikipedia can be a great place to start. Wikipedia has grown to be one of the top 10 most visited sites on the internet, making it the largest encyclopedia in the world. Because it incorporates modern internet tools like a search engine and hyperlinks, it's easy to use and find information quickly. Wikipedia works because anyone can edit it. You can view past revisions, discuss the current state of articles, or learn how to become an editor yourself. This open, inclusive process is part of what has made Wikipedia so popular. So we can see a picture here of Wikipedia, and they were looking up what this particular thing is. Wikipedia has many advantages and disadvantages when it's compared to traditional encyclopedias. Some of the advantages of Wikipedia is that it's free and it's open to use for anyone connected to the internet. The editing process is transparent, and past edits and discussions are public. Updates can be frequent, sometimes within minutes of current events. Citations tend to be good and can lead to more information. It has a huge load of topics with millions more articles than other encyclopedias, and it has proven to be as accurate as other encyclopedias. So those are your advantages. What are your disadvantages? Learning how to edit can be difficult for a new user. Wikipedia's editing model can sometimes ignore scholarly expertise, which means that if I go in there, I can edit it and I can change it to be whatever I want, and I'm not an expert and I don't know what I'm talking about, and now you have false information. So it's a lot of it's making sure what you're getting is critical information. Quality among articles can vary widely. Uncited claims can be false or misleading, so I really wouldn't take any information from something that's not cited. Often articles are not comprehensive and contain omissions. Most editors are young and male, contributing to bias. The key to using Wikipedia effectively is to read critically and understand how it works. This is similar to understanding traditional encyclopedias and other sources of information, but it's important to understand how Wikipedia's structure and focus are different. When used carefully, Wikipedia can be a valuable and useful tool and a gateway to vast amounts of new knowledge. This probably would not be your first choice, just because not everything on here is going to be factual, but Wikipedia really does have some great resources, if anything else. So we're actually going to be talking about effective researching using Wikipedia. If you're just wanting quick answers or something along those lines, Wikipedia would be good for that. If you're wanting to use this as your primary resource in writing a paper, I would not recommend it. But if you just want something quick, then Wikipedia would do it for you. If you'd like to learn how to use Wikipedia a little better, or you'd like some more information, please get in contact with me. I'd love to assist you on it. But this is Wikipedia and the advantages and disadvantages. All right, so along the same lines of what Wikipedia is and what it can do for you is the effective research that for using Wikipedia. So these are some of the things that we're going to cover in this section, and that is reading the articles as a general overview, exploring some of the hyperlinks that they offer you to learn more. You can use references to find more resources and some of the content that may not be suitable. Wikipedia is one of the most popular resources on the internet for general knowledge because of its broad scope and ease of use. It works a little differently than other reference tools, and it's helpful to understand how to use it for different goals. It shouldn't be your only source, especially if you're doing academic research, but it can be a great starting point. Comparative studies have determined that Wikipedia is accurate and easy to read and understand, but it is not always comprehensive and balanced. So making sure that you read an article as a general overview. Like most encyclopedias, Wikipedia can provide a good overview of your topics, basic information and history. Wikipedia articles usually provide a broad outline of the topic, helping you build a foundation of knowledge. This can give you an idea of what specific information you need. In addition, many articles contain a lot of accurate factual information and provide context. So just reading the information in the article that's given to you and helping you build that foundation of knowledge. Also exploring the hyperlinks to learn more. Wikipedia links relevant information. Look for hyperlinks in an article to other Wikipedia pages on related topics. The See Also section near the end of the article may also have topics relevant to your research. Looking at, yep, and they have it on there, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. As well as the What Links Here page, which you can find on the left sidebar. So here on the bottom left picture, we can see that they have it squared in, What Links Here, and also that See Also, which would be more information. So use references to find more resources or to find more sources. Wikipedia is a great place to find more material. Look for references at the end of the article in the references section and the further reading and resources section. Also, anything in blue is a hyperlink, which means if you push that, it's going to take you to another location. So keep that in mind when you're going through it, those hyperlinks and how to access those. The references sections near the end of the article contains all the sources that were used to write that Wikipedia article. According to Wikipedia's core content policies, this information should be verified and reliable. So we can see off to the right there, that picture shows you the reference page. And again, all the stuff in the blue you would be able to click on, and that is your reference, and that would take you off to another section. The further reading and resources section contains references that were not used by the editors of Wikipedia to build the content of that particular article, but are recommended as topical and reliable sources. So we can see that there in the bottom corner. The links in both these sections will take you to sources outside Wikipedia, and parts of this article were based on some of these sources. If you are looking for sources for an academic paper, note that Wikipedia's guidelines for what constitutes a reliable source do not correspond with academic guidelines, so you will need to make that determination for yourself. So if you are writing a paper for school and it needs to be academically acknowledged, letting you know now that Wikipedia is not for that academic type of thing. You could use Wikipedia, but you would definitely want to use some other type of resource or reference to go back on when you do so. Wikipedia has tools to help you critically examine what you need. Read the sources cited by the article to see if the information is consistent. Check the history of an article for significant revisions. Consider why those revisions were made and learn about who made the revisions. Check the talk page for any major conflicts or disagreements about the article. Understand that anything you read may be inaccurate or biased. Wikipedia may not be suitable. You should always check multiple sources when doing thorough research anyway, but it may be that Wikipedia doesn't have much information on your topic or doesn't examine your topic deeply enough. So for very specific topics, journals or specialized encyclopedias related to that field may be a better starting point. Read other guidelines about using Wikipedia. Professors will tell you to use multiple resources when writing a paper, and I am going to tell you to use multiple resources when you're learning a new skill and writing a paper as well. This is to better understand how Wikipedia works and any other kind of resources. So if you want to learn more about that, you can go to About Wikipedia and then read Researching with Wikipedia, particularly the background knowledge for researchers section. Many universities have similar resources like this guide from Cornell University. If you are a student, understand your university's policies and your professor's guidelines and read the article on academic use. Above all, maintain curiosity, a healthy critical skepticism, and an enthusiasm for learning. These qualities are the cornerstones of scholarships and will set you up for a lifetime of learning and improvement. So this was all about effective research using Wikipedia. Please keep in mind, though, that Wikipedia is an open-based encyclopedia, which means that anybody can go in there and change history at any time if they want to, and edit it to accommodate what they want it to do. So this is all about research in Wikipedia. If you have any other questions, please get in contact with me.
What are we gonna have for dinner tonight? Sound familiar? You know, the internet is a powerful tool for finding new recipes and learning new cooking techniques, but there's so much information out there it can be hard to know where to get started. In this video, we'll talk about some basic tips for finding recipes online and how to save them for later. Think of it as a master recipe, a recipe for finding more recipes, a recipe. Anyway, let's just get started. Step 1. Plan ahead. Why look for recipes online anyway? Well, for one thing, it's completely free. It's also really convenient because you can do it pretty much anywhere. Most of all, there are just a ton of recipes online, so it's really easy to find new flavors, new ideas, and start exploring a whole different side of cooking. Reviews are one of the best things about online recipes, and that's something you really can't find with a cookbook. Feedback from other people about how the recipe turned out or how they might have changed it to work for them. Of course, some reviews might be a bit more helpful than others. Step 2. Find your ingredients. So where should you look for recipes online? You can treat recipes just like you treat any other information on the web and use a search engine. The top results are almost always going to be from some of the biggest cooking sites on the web. These sites make it easy to find a recipe for just about anything, but they're not necessarily the most consistent in quality. Because a recipe might have been submitted by one of hundreds or even thousands of possible authors, you're going to see a lot of varying quality here. Other top results might come from popular food or cooking blogs. Generally speaking, a blog is going to be a lot more consistent than a bigger site like All Recipes or Food Network. Since all of the recipes are written by the same person, you can expect the same level of detail and information in each one. One other place we'd really recommend looking for recipes is YouTube. Video recipes make it easy to follow along and see exactly what you're supposed to do. If you're the type of person who likes to see something before you do it, video recipes might be a really good option. And keep in mind, this is YouTube, so you might see some goofiness now and then. Step 3. Spice it up. If you feel like you're in a bit of a rut finding a new recipe, maybe try changing the way you search for them. If you're usually trying to find a recipe for a specific dish, you can try searching by cuisine type instead. Another interesting way is to search by ingredients. Rummaging around your pantry, you find black beans, sweet potatoes, and some eggs in the fridge. Just try searching for recipe, black beans, sweet potatoes, eggs, and look for a recipe that uses those ingredients. Step 4. Relax and enjoy. We really hope this video helped you to get some new ideas about how to search for recipes online and where to look for them. Anyway, that's all we've got. Bon appetit, which I think is French for happy eating or something? That sounds right. Happy eating.
You've got a lot more choices out there these days than just cable TV, thanks to the selection of TV and movies provided by video streaming services. While you won't be able to watch live sports or news like you would with cable, these sites do make a great alternative for entertainment. The streaming services we'll talk about in this video allow you to start watching videos on your computer as soon as you subscribe. But most of these services are also compatible with mobile devices like smartphones and tablets, as well as devices that stream directly to your TV like Roku or Chromecast. Let's start with one of the most popular streaming sites, Netflix. With Netflix, the monthly price is low, you can cancel your subscription anytime you want, it has a good selection of TV shows and movies, and you can watch them all commercial-free. It's also known for its easy-to-use interface, popular original programming, as well as its recommendation system. Hulu is another popular site for streaming videos, and it offers a wide variety of current TV shows. There are actually two different versions of Hulu: Hulu.com, which is completely free, and Hulu Plus, which requires a paid subscription. But there are some more differences between these two besides cost. Basically, of the shows on Hulu.com, you'll usually only be able to stream the last 5 episodes of a season that aired on TV. Use is also limited to your computer, so you won't be able to watch shows on your phone or tablet. Hulu Plus, on the other hand, offers episodes from current and previous seasons for most of the shows available on the site. Hulu Plus also gives you more device options. With the Hulu Plus subscription, you can watch shows on your smartphone, tablet, game console, and a number of other devices. Hulu isn't ad-free though, so even with the paid subscription to Hulu Plus, you'll still have to tolerate some commercial watching before and during your show. Amazon Prime Instant Video is another popular option for streaming video. When it comes to selection, it offers a wide variety of TV shows, movies, and original programming to choose from, as well as the added benefits of being a Prime member, like free 2-day shipping on all your Amazon orders. Rather than a monthly payment, with Prime, you'll pay for a year up front. Also, there may be times when you find a title available to stream on Amazon that isn't included in the Prime membership. These titles will require paying for them individually, meaning you could end up paying extra for a video in addition to the total price of your subscription. Voodoo is another video streaming service that offers thousands of titles to choose from, but it doesn't require a subscription. All of the TV shows and movies are rented or purchased on an on-demand basis. So in terms of cost, the total amount you end up paying depends solely on how many titles you rent or buy. But since it's still kind of an up-and-comer, Voodoo has a slightly smaller library of titles to choose from. And if you're renting or buying titles frequently, over time you could end up paying for more than you would with a subscription service. If it seems like one of these services alone won't meet your entertainment needs, consider combining services for a more comprehensive selection of movies and TV shows to choose from.
Now that we've learned a little bit more on what streaming video services are out there that are available to us, we're now going to talk about how we can stream the internet video to our TV. I have a video here showing you how to connect Roku. However, I want to talk to you about some of the other ones as well. When you're moving into your first apartment, you're faced with a lot of questions that you've never had to answer before. How do I turn on the utilities? What's a good rate for renter's insurance? How much do I need for security deposit? But there was another question it seemed to just about everyone was asking. Are you going to get cable? Thankfully, people already knew the answer to this was no way, because as long as you have a high-speed internet connection at your house, you can stream movies and TV shows online. A streaming video is simply one you watch in real time rather than downloading an entire file to your computer. So streaming internet video has a lot of advantages over traditional TV service. For one thing, it's usually much less expensive than a cable subscription. You'll also have a lot more control over what you watch and when you watch it instead of relying on TV schedules and channel lineups. Best of all, streaming video has far fewer commercials than regular TV, which is really nice, unless you like those commercials and you like to have the time to go have to yourself, which some people do like to have. Setting up set-top streaming boxes. There are a few different ways to stream internet video to your TV. The simplest solution is to purchase a set-top streaming box. These devices are easy to set up, easy to use, and much cheaper than some other internet streaming options. If you're thinking about buying a set-top streaming box, I personally would recommend Roku. It's the easiest to use, it's affordable, it comes with a remote, and it's compatible with almost any TV. I've recommended the Roku for my parents, my grandparents, and basically anyone who asks me what they should use for internet TV. Roku is fabulous. Of course, there are several other set-top streaming boxes you could choose from, and here are some other good options. Amazon Fire TV Stick. This is a simple device from Amazon that plugs directly into your TV's HDMI port. If you're already a member of Amazon Prime, you have access to a lot of movies and TV shows through Amazon's instant video service. Now keep in mind, if you have the Roku, you'd be able to go in there and just download Amazon and you wouldn't need their stick. Apple TV, this is a streaming box for Apple that allows you to view content from major providers like Netflix and Hulu. Along with this option is to rent and buy videos from the iTunes store. This might be a good choice if you already have an Apple device, but at $69, it's more expensive than some of the other options, so keep that in mind. The Chromecast, this is a device from Google that allows you to use your smartphone or tablet to stream video to your TV. While inexpensive, note that this device isn't a standalone product like ones mentioned above. A Chromecast only allows you to cast something from your device to your TV. So you would have to use it with something else. So setting up a set-top box, when streaming options you'll use the same basic setups. You want to definitely connect the device to the correct port on your TV. Your device should come with instructions that show you which ports to use. You're going to switch your TV to the correct input channel. You should be able to use the input button on your TV's remote control to select the right one. Follow the instructions on the screen to connect the device to your Wi-Fi network. Some devices may also be able to use a direct connection with an Ethernet. And that's it. You're ready to choose a video service and start streaming internet video to your TV. Watch the video about the Roku, and this shows you the setup process, which is pretty similar for most of your set-top streaming boxes. So watch that video now.
Congratulations on your new Roku player. You now officially own the easiest way to stream on TV. Let's get you set up. First, we need to unpack. Inside, you'll find your player, tiny little thing, isn't it? A power adapter, a standard def AV cable, a remote control, 2 batteries, and a very handy quick start guide that you can use to follow along starting now. Step 1. Get connected. If you have an HD TV, get yourself an HDMI cable and connect it like so. If you have a standard def TV or don't have an HDMI cable, use the included AV cable and connect the player to your TV like this. Step 2. Power up. Place the batteries that were included into the remote control. If you have the gaming remote, you'll notice lights flashing to indicate make sure your TV is displaying the correct input. Step 3. Configure your network. If you're wireless, select it, select your network, and enter your password if you have one. If you have a model that supports a wired connection, you'll use an Ethernet cable to connect your player to your router like this. To complete guided setup, you'll be walked through a few more steps online from your computer, which include selecting the first few channels to add to your Roku player. And that's it. Grab that Roku remote and enjoy the easiest way to stream entertainment to your TV instantly. Want more juicy details, like tips on where to put your player or hints on how to optimize your wireless connection? Devour the Quick Start Guide included with your Roku. We've got tons of help online too, including live chat. Check out roku.com/support.
You should now have a better understanding of how to connect those boxes to your, or at least the Roku box, to your TV. And with Roku, you can get in there and you can download all kinds of apps which you're used to seeing on your tablet or your smartphone, or even maybe if you've got Windows 8, you see those tiles, it's the same concept. So it'd be something pretty familiar to you once you got in there and you could download different channels. Now we're going to talk about the different video services that are offered to you. Some of them are paid subscriptions and some of them are just free video services. We're going to start with Netflix. Netflix starts out at $7.99 a month, which I think they just raised that to $8.99 a month. Netflix offers a large back catalog of movies and TV shows. Netflix is probably one of the most popular streaming video services today, and the huge variety of content it offers is a big reason why. I am a Netflix holder. I love Netflix. My son and I share an account. I pay a little bit more. I pay $12 a month, but by doing that, that gives my son and I, we just split it. So actually it ends up being cheaper on me. I'm paying $6 a month and he's paying $6 a month. And he has two devices he can watch Netflix on, and I have two devices I can watch Netflix on. So it depends on, with your normal $8.99, you get two devices and then you can begin to upgrade. You can also with Netflix not only watch the streaming, but you can also do the DVDs where you get one out at a time. It does cost you a little bit more to do the DVDs, but if you're a big avid movie watcher, then you might even be interested in that. Netflix also offers a free trial, so if you wanted to get in there and you've never had it before, you could get in and just kind of check it out. Hulu allows you to watch current episodes of shows from national networks like ABC, NBC, and Fox that premiere on TV. So unlike Netflix, Hulu does include some commercial breaks. And while Hulu is free to use on the computer, you'll need to pay a $7.99 monthly subscription for its Hulu Plus service to stream videos to your TV. So if you're using your computer, you can watch it for free up to a certain extent. But for $8 a month, you can watch you can stream it to your TV. I also have Hulu at my home. What we like about Hulu is that we're not set to have to watch those shows we like to watch on TV on the days that they show them. We have certain shows that we like to watch, and by having Hulu, we aren't locked into watching them only when they're being shown on TV. We could watch them at a later time, so that makes it nice. You do have their probably 10-15-second commercials that come on there. There's probably 2 each time they do them. It doesn't take that long. It's not even long enough to go make yourself a drink and come back. That's how quick it goes. They say it's commercials, but it's really not that bad. And of course, you could always just pause it and then go do what you need to do as well. Amazon Instant Video. This service allows you to rent and purchase new releases of movies and TV shows. And if you're a member of Amazon's Prime service, $99 per year or around $8 per month, you'll also have access to a huge library of movies and TV shows. Note that the content here is similar to what you'll find on Netflix, so you probably don't need a subscription to both of these services. And I actually did do the free trial. You can get a free trial on Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon. And I did the free trial on Amazon, and that is very accurate. You do get a lot of the same stuff on Amazon that you get on Netflix. However, if you're an avid Amazon shopper and you like to get on there and buy things, then probably not having Netflix and having Amazon would benefit you more, because you also get that 2-day free shipping to you. Now, downfall of Amazon is just, you pay a subscription, but you could also, and you saw that in the video, you could also very well end up paying more money if you're wanting to do the on-demand stuff that they have to offer. But all of these paid subscription services offer you free trials. So if you wanted to just kind of look around and see what they had to offer you, it can't hurt you anything on a free trial. So you could give it a try. Another route you could go is free video services, which YouTube is one of the best ones. This is a free video sharing website from Google that makes it easy to share and watch online videos. Originally created in 2005, YouTube is now one of the most popular sites on the web. On average, 100 hours of video are uploaded to YouTube every minute, so there's always something new to find. I always use YouTube as a great example and a resource if you're wanting to learn how to do something as simple as making chocolate chip cookies or learning your tablet or whatever. You go into YouTube and you just type in exactly what it is you want to know and hit search, and you're going to get tons of videos showing you exactly how to do that. So YouTube is a great resource, if anything else, and you can watch some of those old shows that you may want to get caught up on as well. Vimeo is another free video sharing service. Vimeo is often considered to be a more professional version of YouTube. For example, you're much more likely to find serious and artistic videos on Vimeo, such as documentaries and short animated films. So if you wanted to know a little bit more about that, you could go to Google and type in Vimeo. Crackle, this is a service that has a lot of older TV shows and movies available for free, but you'll also have to watch a lot of commercials. Because it is a free-based service and you're not paying for it, they have to make their money somehow, so there are a lot of commercials in there. Now, keep in mind that if you have a Roku box hooked up and you're getting Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu on there anyways, some of those channels on there, PBS, Time, there's tons of them, also offer you free episodes, Lifetime Movie Network, things like that. You can download those apps onto Hulu or onto your Roku box or even onto your smartphone or tablet, and you would still be able to watch some of those episodes for free, and it doesn't cost you anything to do that. So this is all about video services that are offered to you, and again, this is a personal version of how you would like to do it. If you have any questions about this or you'd like to go into it a little bit more, just get in contact with me and I would love to sit down with you about it. I meet with a lot of people that ask me, what is a podcast? What is it? Why do I need it? What good is it doing for me? And so forth and so on. So this section here, we're going to talk about podcasts. A podcast is an audio program that you can listen to on your computer or mobile device. We listen to podcasts about all kinds of stuff in our office. Pop culture, current events, architecture, ancient Roman history, and a lot of other dorky things that people don't really want to mention. But one of the favorite things about podcasts is that you can listen to them anywhere. You can listen to them at your desk, in your car, at the gym. It's like having your own private radio station with only the shows you care about. You can also subscribe to podcasts, which means you'll get the latest episodes without any extra effort. Best of all, podcasts are almost always free. Finding and downloading podcasts. There are a lot of different ways to find and download podcasts. It really depends on the devices you have and where you want to listen to your podcast. So if you want to do it through iTunes, one of the simplest ways to get podcasts on your computer is through iTunes. Available for Windows and Mac computers, this free application from Apple lets you search for podcasts and download them to your computer. If you have another Apple mobile device, such as an iPhone, iPad, or iPod, you can also sync your podcast, which allows you to listen to podcasts on the go. So some other podcast apps that you could download. The iPad did a lot of help popularizing podcasts in the mid-2000s. The term podcast is actually a combination of the word iPod and broadcast, and many people tend to associate podcasts with Apple and the iPod for that reason. But there are many other ways to find and enjoy podcasts, even if you don't have an Apple device. If you want to listen to a podcast on your computer, you can stream them to in your web browser. For example, the National Public Radio, NPR, offers a lot of podcasts on its website. You can also listen to podcasts on other audio sites like SoundCloud. If you have an Android device, you can use the Stitcher app to find and listen to podcasts. If you have an Apple device, you can use the podcast app to find and download apps without syncing the device to your computer. So some of the recommended podcasts here are some of the favorites that people enjoyed. Radio Lab, The American Life, My Brother and Me, and 99% Invincible. So that's what podcasts are and how you can access them and what you can do. So I hope that you learned a little bit a little bit about podcasts, and they are a personal type use. You probably would sit down and do a podcast by yourself. It's not something that requires a group effort or anything like that. So you should probably minimize this video and start looking at some of the stuff that we've been talking about throughout class today. Get in there and just get yourself familiar with some of these services, these video services offered to you. Podcasts, go to Google. What is podcast? Find podcasts. Do what you need to do there so you can have a better understanding of how to do some of this technology. So probably since before time, you have been creating yourself to-do lists, whether it is a errand list or it's a grocery list or whatever it may be. We've been doing to-do lists for years. What's nice about technology now is that your computer, your tablet, and your smartphone have now made it easy for you to do these. There are tons of websites out there for to-do lists. There are apps out there you can download for to-do lists. Deciding how to organize your activities is a personal task. What works for some people may not work for you. Try some of these basic strategies for creating to-do lists. So first, you're going to want to choose a tool. Choose a medium for your list that is comfortable and convenient. If you prefer handwriting, write it on scrap paper, index cards, or sticky notes. Then put the list in a convenient place where you can easily see and modify it. Alternately, write it in a document on a computer. If you like having a schedule, incorporate it into a calendar program. There are many different smartphone apps for organizing to-do lists, including these examples. Any.do is a full productivity suite integrated with many social apps. Wunderlist is a task management app integrated with Drawbacks and Calendar. Habit RPG is a time management app presented in the form of role-playing games. So these are just some different options that you can use, and I've got them listed for you there on the slide so you can see what they are and how to access them. The next thing you're going to want to do is create the list. List each task you need to accomplish as a single item on your list. If a task is complex or will take a long time, break it down into smaller components. If your list gets too big, make multiple lists divided by category, like grocery list, packing list, a list of cleaning chores, or a list of books to read. Cross items as you complete them. And finally, get more organized. If you think greater structure will help you accomplish your tasks, organize the list somehow, whether it's by priority, efficiency, or some other criteria. Create a schedule or itinerary based on your list. If you have trouble concentrating on one list because you're busy thinking about future tasks, make a list of things you want to do later but don't need to do today, and then put the list away and focus on today's tasks. So this is all about getting yourself organized and using to-do lists. Try some of these different options that are available to you that I've listed here for you. And that way you have a better understanding of how to use a to-do list. Also go online and just Google in to-do lists, and you can kind of get examples of other people and what they're doing with their to-do lists. So the last thing I want to talk to you about when it comes to mastering the web and using it for your personal gain is adding your phone number to a no-call list. This is pretty important. We get those annoying, harassing phone calls, and we don't like them, so we want to do something about it. If you've ever had a home telephone line, you've probably received unwanted telemarketing calls. You can curb these calls by signing up for the National Do Not Call Registry. When you add your phone number to the registry, telemarketers are obligated to remove you from their calling lists. This lesson is about the Do Not Call Registry in the United States. Similar programs in other countries may offer from what is discussed here. There are links that you can get to get you there. So how to sign up. You can add your phone number to the National Do Not Call Registry online or over the phone. To register online, you would go to donotcall.gov and open the registration form, which I have here on the screen for you. Enter the phone number you want to add to the list and your email address for confirmation. You'll need to check the verification email to complete your registration. To register over the phone, you'd call 1-888-888 382-1222 and follow the phone menu prompts to the registration option, and it will ask you to enter your phone number. You will then hear a brief message about how the registry works. There are also options to file a complaint, remove your number, and get more information. So once you're on the list, telemarketers are required to check the list every 31 days. So they may still call until that time. Some organizations are exempt from the National Do Not Call Registry, like nonprofit organizations and political campaigns. The registry isn't perfect, and you might get some calls by mistake, and some unscrupulous organizations ignore the list. If you believe you're receiving calls in a violation of the National Do Not Call Registry or general telemarketing laws, you can file a complaint. So you can learn more at donotcall.gov. You can also go to the FCC's informational page about the National Do Not Call Registry. And you can also go to the FTC's informational page about the National Do Not Call Registry. This is just a good thing to have. That way you're not getting all those phone calls of people trying to sell you things or what have you. So this was all about adding your phone number to the no-call list. I hope it was beneficial to you. I hope this class was beneficial to you. I hope you're gaining something out of taking it. There is nothing worse than wasting an hour of your life sitting here looking at stuff that you're not learning anything about. So I would love to hear input from you. So if you have anything you'd like to tell me about my classes or any suggestions, I would love to hear them. So get in contact with me, and we could even schedule you an appointment and get you in here and go over some of your needs. All right, well, take a deep breath. It's all over. Congratulations. You made it through mastering the web for personal use. So remember, without you, there would be no reason for me to have these classes. So thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule today to sit down and actually look at some of this. You should be very, very proud of yourself that you've gotten this far and that you've accomplished. I hope you get the opportunity to look at some more of my other stream classes that I have available to you. Keep in mind that one-on-one appointments are free here at the library, so you can call me to schedule your time now. Be listening for your secret code within this class for the Computer Class Pass Incentive Program. You don't want to miss your chances of winning some prizes. Also have the Mobile Technology Lab on the road for your technology help. Here in town, I'll be going to the Brew Hall starting on the 16th of September, 2015 from 11 to 1, and I'll be there every Wednesday from 11 to 1. And then in November, we're going to be picking up Tuesday nights as well at the Brew Hall. So or maybe you have another place or location you would like me to go and we could meet. So I'm up for all kinds of suggestions. You can just email me at the email I provided for you, or you can give me a call. And not only suggestions for places that we can go in the community to meet, but if you have a class suggestion, maybe there's something specific you would like to see that you haven't seen yet. I'm always up for discussion. I'm always looking for new ideas. So definitely email me and give me a call. And congratulations, you did a fabulous job. I want to thank the following websites for their information and pictures. Without the following websites, we would not have been able to have this class today. So thank you to them. Also want to remind you that gcflearnfree.org is a fantastic resource, as well as YouTube. So get out there and start looking up some of those things that you're not sure about. And YouTube would be a great place to start. And if you want to take some other type of classes, gcflearnfree.org is the place to go.